Que lo que mi gente, and welcome back to a brand new video. It is currently 1:30 in the morning and I should be asleep because I have school, but you guys, as you know, the halftime commercial happened yesterday, Sunday. It was amazing because we know that Bad Bunny performed, and typically I don't make reaction videos like I mentioned previously. I make vlogs, but as someone, well, to give you guys a little bit of context, my mom is from the Dominican Republic, and so I was super excited for this Bad Bunny halftime show commercial since it came out because, or I guess since the announcement got released, because I never liked Bad Bunny at the beginning, if I'm being honest with you. In fact, it was una amiga mía que se llama Aidin, que ella me enseñó Bad Bunny. Y a principio no me gustó, la verdad, pero I don't know. He released his album, he released his last album and everything, and I fell in love. Like, I loved him, and he ended up becoming my top 2 most listened to artists of 2025. So today with you guys, I won't take up too much of your time, but I really did want to react to the halftime commercial because it is very dear to my culture, my other culture, because my dad's white. But since my mom is Dominican, I really want to react to this halftime show with you guys. Again, this is not the typical video I make. I usually make vlogs, but I'm going to be going behind the cinematography stuff behind it and also just the culture stuff. Also to rep my shirt. Hold on. There it is. Dímelo que lo que. As you guys know, I say that in like every single video. But without further ado, guys, I'm really excited. Hey guys, right before this starts, I did want to let you guys know that due to some stuff, I actually have to record this a little later, so I just wanted to throw that out there. But in this reaction, I'm going to be pausing a couple times because we're going to be looking at the cinematography behind it, the culture behind it, and then a couple stuff besides that. So just prepare yourself. I will be pausing it a couple times during this video, but you're going to get the perspective of someone that has a Dominican culture inside of him. So I'm really excited. Yeah, beware. Also, it's kind of funny to me because I'm pretty sure Apple Music sponsored this halftime show last year when Kendrick Lamar performed, but could be wrong. No, I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm pretty sure you did.
The National Football League welcomes you to the Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show.
Qué rico es el latino. Hoy se ve.
How nice is it to be Latino? Yep. How amazing it is. Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio presenta. That's so cool how they put the font and everything like that. Also, gosh dang, his name is long. Thought my name was long. El espectáculo de medio tiempo del Super Tazón. I totally just realized that I didn't think to say like that, but tazón in English is bowl. So it's Super Bowl. I never heard it say Super Tazón, pero eso está mucho la verdad.
Ey, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Ey, muchas novias. Hoy tengo una, mañana otra.
Okay, the first thing I really want to talk about, which is really cool, is the cinematography on how it enters. As you can see, it enters with the camera panning in, and then it starts walking with Bad Bunny and everything, which I think is really cool. Also, a huge culture thing, as you guys can see, they're in the farms and they're doing all this stuff and a lot of like farm work. That is a lot of like how Hispanic is. Again, he's mainly showing his side of Puerto Rico and everything. So, I don't really know. I've never been to Puerto Rico. I don't know what it's like, but I think it's really cool how he's representing that culture. And I think we're gonna be seeing. I watched the halftime show, but like during the Super Bowl. But we're gonna be seeing during this halftime show a lot of how the culture is represented, and I think that's really cool. So yeah, but I think it's really cool how he showed this whole like ambient and everything. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed the camera switch shot right there. It went from this to that little camera thing right there. You guys didn't notice it, but something small.
Muchas novias, ey. Muchas novias, hoy tengo a una, mañana otra. Ey, me la voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP, un VIP.
Some coconuts, because that's what we do in the DR for pumpkins. We get them. Some diamonds. Also, I'm very impressed that he did not use autotune, to my knowledge. Okay, there's also another thing I really want to mention. This one's kind of funny. Guys, Hispanic women are beautiful. I don't know how else to put it besides that they're gorgeous. They're beautiful. Yeah, no. If you have the chance to marry a Hispanic girl, please do. I promise you'll bless your life. I can't really testify to that. I'm not married. I am single, but Hispanic women vale mucho la pena, la verdad. Also, yeah, this is algo también que me gusta mucho. Como tú puedes ver, as you guys can see and everything, they're selling like a lot of stuff and everything in the streets, como que muchos juguitos y personas tomando cosas en la calle. And that's a lot of Hispanic culture, to where you see people selling like fruits in the streets. Tú puedes ver como personas vendiendo jugo y muchas diferentes cosas, like especially in the Dominican Republic. When you go down, if you guys ever do go down there, something you'll notice a lot in the DR is a lot of people, they are actually like, cuando tú estás manejando y todo eso, there are a lot of people that are out in the streets and the roads and everything, and they're actually like, como que a veces tienen como un canasta encima de su cabeza, como balanceándolo y todo eso, and sometimes they have like sticks and stuff, but like a lot of times in the streets, they'll be selling product and selling like different things. And I think that's really, it's at first, cuando la primera vez que me fui para la República, like one of the first times I went down to the DR, it was so weird because I remember that we were at the stoplight and everything, and then mi prima, she was como que estamos ahí como estacionado y todo, no estacionado, pero estamos como en la parada de semáforo, and someone with like a stick with like all these phone cases and everything like came up to us and stuff and like asking if we wanted like some stuff. And to me, I was just like, what the freak? Like, what is this person doing in the middle of the road? Little did I know, many years later, that is a very normal, that is very cultural, and and it's something you will always see in the Dominican Republic. And I'm assuming you also see that a lot in Puerto Rico. What's funny about Puerto Rico is, as you guys know, I say that Puerto Rico is like our neighbor, because it is literally like, you have La República, well, you have Haiti, but so you have the island, the Caribbean island right there, right? You have Haiti, you have the Dominican Republic, they both share an island, but then you go to Punta Cana, which is like the touristic part of the Dominican Republic. You cross that body of water and you are in Puerto Rico, sorry. Yeah, so I always like to say like they're neighbors, because it's just fun, but it's pretty accurate. But yeah, not to go on a whole tangent or anything. Again, I'm gonna be pausing a couple times, but I did just want to mention how it's like living in the DR and everything, where you have people selling all that stuff, and that's like huge with culture. You don't see that at all in the United States for the most part, but you do see that a lot down here. So Piraguas. That's really cool cinematography. I love how as soon as a cameraman passed the fighters or the boxers, then that's when they started like doing like the little boxing stuff. I thought that was really cool, and I love the cinematography, how he like moved the camera like a Dutch angle. Dutch angle is basically when you record in like, I mentioned this in one of my videos, but Dutch angles, when this is a straight line, right? This, like, people mainly record like that. A Dutch angle is like when you record at an angle. So it's really cool how he did that little shift in perspective. I thought it was really cool. So Okay, hold up. Oh, I went too far back. Also, what's really funny about that is, you guys know, Titi me preguntó si tengo mucha novia. That's basically saying like Titi is, I think it's like aunt or uncle. People, like everyone in my family calls my mom Titi, so I don't know how you can take that, but it's really funny because he said Titi me preguntó si tengo mucha novia, right? So Titi asked me if I had a lot of girlfriends and stuff like that, and it's really funny because he's like talking about this whole thing with girlfriends, and then he gets a wedding ring, and then he's just like, hey, it's just funny. I think it has to do with the song. I think it's really funny how he did that. Okay, and then, oh, where is it? Right. Okay, right here. First of all, so we have Jessica Alba, which if you guys don't know, Jessica Alba is actually my celebrity crush. I think she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. I love her. She's been my celebrity crush for the longest time, but she is my celebrity crush. And then right here you have Cardi B. Funny fact about Cardi B, she's actually Dominican. Yeah, so she's Dominican. And then right here you have Karol G. I think the audio that's playing right now is a song from Karol G and everything, but it's really funny because you don't really notice. If you only notice if you like really pay attention. But yes, so Jessica Alba, gosh, Jessica Alba, she's just beautiful. I love her, and especially in Fantastic Four, she's gorgeous. But she's been my celebrity crush for the longest time. But yes, so Jessica Alba, Cardi B, and Karol G. And then there's also, I remember doing the research on this and stuff like that, but not too much research. But there's one other person, I don't remember who it is, but there's another famous person that is in this lineup over here. Don't remember who. And then another thing, there was so much controversy behind Bad Bunny and him being Puerto Rican and all this stuff with him basically record, or I guess being part of the halftime show for the Super Bowl, as you guys already know. But what's really interesting is I'm pretty sure underneath the shirt, the outfit that he's wearing right here, I'm very positive that he's wearing a bulletproof vest because of the whole controversy that happened, in case another UU situation happens. I do remember being told that. I think it was like thousands of dollars worth of like bulletproof vests or whatever, but there's just something, it's just crazy to me. So Hispanics are such good dancers. Oh my gosh, just like Alba.
Ella sabe que aquí hay tica, quiere que yo se la aplique, que para que se la trafique, ey. Voy a llevarte pa' PR, mami, pa' que veas cómo es que se perrea. Trae a tu amiga si te gusta la idea, dile que esta noche es mundial, ey. Qué rico lo vamos a pasar, aquí nadie se va a casar, pero tú te vas a querer quedar, ey. Aprovecha que estoy soltero.
I loved this part with the cinematography. I thought it was really creative. I love the color correction and everything behind it. It looked amazing. I absolutely loved the whole color and everything. The cinematography in this part was so good. Also, it looks very, like, the color and everything looks very themed. There's a color. There's like that color correction. I'm trying to see there's like the output color and everything that makes it look so just cinematic, and I feel like I'm living in a house in Puerto Rico, and I think it's really cool, and I feel like it gives me that Puerto Rican vibe with like the flag and everything. That's how this part looks to me. What a good song. Da la gasolina, dama gasolina. Hey guys, quick little cut here during the video. I just want to let you guys know that I was actually singing on spot with the actual video itself. But I'm pretty sure the reason why it sounded delayed is because my screen recorder was recording at 60 frames per second, and my video camera, my webcam that you guys see, records at 30 frames per second. So that is literally half of frames on my webcam. So I think that's why it appears to look like I wasn't singing with the actual song and I looked really off with the stuff. I just want to let you guys know that I was singing with it and I'm not just like, yeah, back to the video. Gasolina is an OG song from a very, very important person in my heart named Daddy Yankee. I love La Canción Gasolina. I grew up with that song. It's amazing. You're going to see another person here soon that is very near and dear to my heart. But Gasolina is an OG reggaeton song. OG. If you're Hispanic and if you haven't heard Gasolina, then you're not Hispanic. Straight up. I don't believe you're Hispanic.
Escuchando música de Puerto Rico, de los barrios y los caseríos. Ella viene por
Trucks and stuff makes sense with the culture. You see a lot of trucks and stuff in the Caribbean islands. His album cover. Monaco by Bad Bunny. I absolutely love this song, and I love how a lot of the performance and stuff, he doesn't play the music from the speakers or the stereo, like he doesn't play it like from that. He actually, what I love about this halftime show, sorry, is he brings the actual instruments and makes the song come to life, and I love that about this halftime show. I love it, especially with this song. There's a beautiful violin at the beginning of Monaco, and it sounds beautiful, and I love how he brought the violin and really represented that and really brought the instrument in this. It gave me chills. Still does. Good afternoon, California.
Y si hoy estoy aquí en el SuperBowl 60 es porque nunca dejé de creer en mí.
He never stopped believing in himself. He says, I am here today in the Super Bowl in the 60th anniversary Super Bowl because I never stopped believing in myself.
Tú también deberías de creer en ti.
You should also believe in yourself. What a powerful message. I love it. Gosh, Bad Bunny is just, man. I know I used to not be the biggest fan of him, but I've just come to love him so much.
Valen más de lo que pienso. Créeme. Valen más de lo que pienso.
You are worth more than you think.
Créeme.
Believe me.
Dime, a tú es lo que tú querías.
Por el poder que se me otorga, los declaro marido y mujer. Puedes besar a la novia.
I don't know if that was I'm pretty sure that was staged. I'm pretty sure the marriage was staged. Quite literally, it was staged. But I'm referring to, like, I'm pretty sure, like, that they weren't just getting married on the spot. I'm pretty sure, like, it's just part of the act. Pretty sure. I forgot Lady Gaga.
Lost in the words that we speak. I don't even want to do this anymore.
I love
'Cause you are running
the tattoo. I love the trumpet tattoo and the other tattoo she
what
has.
you mean to me. And our love's the only war worth fighting for.
Some salsa.
Wherever you go, that's where I'll find.
So another thing as well, in the Dominican Republic, the two really big things to dance in the Dominican Republic is bachata and merengue. Salsa is also something they dance down in the DR, but it's not nearly as common as bachata or merengue. So, but I think it's still really cool, and salsa is still fun to dance. Yo puedo bailar un chin de merengue. No, perdón. Yo puedo bailar un chin de salsa, pero no mucho. Pero sí, sí puedo bailar suficiente.
No, nobody's promised tomorrow. So
Amen.
I'ma love you every night like it's the last night, like it's the last night. If the world was ending, I'd wanna be next to you. If the party was over and our time on earth was through, I wanna hold you just for a while and die with a smile. If the world was ending, I'd wanna be next to you.
Mientras uno está vivo, uno debe amar lo más que pueda.
While one is still alive, one should love as much as they can. Baile inolvidable. Unforgettable dance. No te puedo olvidar. No te puedo olvidar. Also, I love this because this represents how like huge part of the Hispanic culture, to where you're always with friends and family and everything, and you're always dancing, you're always enjoying that time with each other. It's so beautiful, and I absolutely love it. Guys, just to give you an idea, my mom isn't a big fan of Bad Bunny, if I'm being honest with you. Bad Bunny, if you're ever watching this in the future, I apologize for saying that, but she's not the biggest fan of Bad Bunny, but she absolutely loved this halftime commercial, and it's really cool because they show that Hispanic culture of dancing with all their friends and family and everything. And it's so beautiful to see, because genuinely in Hispanic culture, we are so very focused on family, and family is something very big to us in that Hispanic culture. Tenía mucha novia, pero como tú ninguna.
Ya no tengo mi sol, me paso en la luna. Si te piensa, me tiro de uno.
That's pretty accurate. Kid, like, you know what's crazy is we'll have parties and everything, and there's always a kid. Bro, the music could be at like freaking like plus 20 decibels, which is pretty freaking. I think that peaks. But to give you guys an idea, after you pass 0 decibels, that is when basically audio starts to peak, from what I remember from learning from audio class. But what I'm trying to get at is these kids will literally fall asleep to even that loud of music, which is so funny because I don't know if you guys know this, but Hispanics play music very loudly, very loudly. In fact, sometimes we may even get complaints from neighbors and stuff like that. But we play music super loud, and it's so much fun. But there's like kids, I don't know if it's just because it's in the DNA or in the blood or whatever, but kids know how to be able to, they can sleep through that, and it's just crazy. It's actually insane. So we party till whatever time. It's so much fun.
Ay, ay, mi diabla, mi ángel, mi loquita. Ay, mi diabla, mi ángel, mi loquita. Baila, baila, baila sin miedo. Ama sin miedo.
And another thing now with the cinematography part of it, just so you guys know right now, you guys will not believe this, but that cameraman, the cinematographer, he is right up to the people. Like, if he gets any closer, they could cause fog on the camera lens. He's right up at Bad Bunny, and he's right up to these people that are dancing and everything. He is right on them. So it's funny to me, just because you guys, something that people don't notice, but as someone that studies this stuff, it's kind of funny to see that. But it's really cool. I love the camera transition there. And the dancing, the side to side, the trombone, oh, so good. The barber,
Okay.
so cultured. Si te quieres divertir, encontrar, solo tienes que vivir.
¿Para ¿Dónde?
Un verano en Nueva York.
Nueva York.
Pa' afuera. ¿Pero qué es esto?
San Francisco.
Un verano en Nueva York. Ey, ey, 4 de julio, 4 de July. Anda mi prima borracha chula. El domingo en el Bronx, sabe lo que hay. En Washington High, Willing Colón, de Molo.
Porque pasan los años y sigo dando palos.
Vendiendo disco.
Como cuadro Frida Kahlo. El perro
Trumpets.
blanco.
Sí, sí, lo resista.
No te confundo. No, mejor evita. Ey, un shot de cañita en casa de cañita. Ey, PR se siente cerquita.
And the tequila, I love that little shot of tequila. So accurate. I don't drink, just that's love that. The kids watching the grass is so cute. That huge earpiece in his ear, oh, it's so adorable. I love it.
Como va Bonnie, va a ser rey del pop. Ey, con reggaetón y dembow.
This part is amazing. Just so you guys know, I do not unfortunately know who that is. In the comments, if you guys could tell me who that is, that'd be amazing. I am not actually familiar with this guy, but the next person I am. Before he starts singing, guys, this is Ricky Martin. Oh my gosh, I love Ricky Martin. I grew up with his music. I love him so much. He's dear to me. There's a song I grew up listening to by Ricky Martin. There's a couple of them, but the main one I grew up listening to by Ricky Martin, there's a song called Pégate, which means come closer to me, stick to me, basically. It's a beautiful song. I love it. Ricky Martin he's so good, and he just doesn't age. Yeah.
Quieren quitarme el río y también la playa, quieren el barrio mío y que abuelita se vaya. No, suelte la bandera ni olvide el Lelolai, que no quiero que hagan contigo lo que le pasó a Hawái. No, suelte la bandera ni olvide el Lelolai, que no quiero que hagan contigo.
Con mucho cariño para todos ustedes.
I think he said tengo mucho cariño para todos ustedes, which means like, I don't ever remember how to say the word cariño in English, but it's like saying like, I have a lot of like tenderness, a lot of like kindness and stuff for you guys. Usually like, alguien que es cariñoso is like really sweet, very endearing, very kind. So I didn't catch that actually the when I watched it at the Super Bowl, but I wasn't there when I watched it with family and friends.
Puerto Rico está bien cabrón. De Carolina sale reggaetón.
I love how he's holding the Puerto Rican flag right there. I feel like it reminds me of that one movie with him, or I guess when like they're putting the flag down to like kind of establish that dominance, and I think that's really cool. Honestly, that is super cool. And then I love how the cinematographer is kind of within like the grass and everything, kind of recording him from an up view, because it gives him that like stature. I know it's crazy, but like that shift in cinematography perspective to where you're pointing up towards Bad Bunny now, between that when he's holding the flag, it gives that like a better visual of like he's like the leader, which is really cool.
Quieren montarse en la ola y no han ido a rincón. Un besito pa' abuela en el balcón cogiéndote los hoyos en la Rubicón. Esto es PR, tierra de Maelo y Tego Calderón y de Varel que fue campeón. Primero que LeBron. Maldita sea, otro pagón. Vamos pa' los bleachers a prender un blon. Antes que a Pipo le dé un buffet. Puerto Rico.
Guys, that's difficult. Climbing and singing is difficult.
Ey, pichea Maldiva, yo me quedo en Palomino. Ey, si no me voy PRD, un saludo a mis vecinos.
Si no me voy para RD para saludar a mi vecino. If not, I'm gonna go to the Dominican Republic to say hi to my neighbor.
Ey,
To my neighbors.
aquí el calor es diferente, el sol está ahí, no. Ey, la capital del perreo, ahora todos quieren ser latinos, no.
La capital de Pere, ahora todos se quiere ser latino. Basically saying the capital, I think he's saying the capital of Puerto Rico. No, everyone wants to be Hispanic or Latino, which pretty accurate.
No, pero le falta sazón, batería y reggaetón. Ey, ey, pido con mi corillo que somos un montón. Le falta sazón, batería y reggaetón. Ey, ey, pido con mi corillo que somos un montón. Welcome to the calentón.
I don't know if this is a reference to anything. I just realized this, but something that's really funny is that in the Dominican Republic, it is known that the lights go out a lot of times. I remember there's actually a specific story which I think is really funny. One time I was at my cousin's house in La República Dominicana, and it was really funny because estamos ahí jugando un videojuego. Yo no recuerdo cuál fue, pero yo creo que fue, I think it was like Dying Light or something. So to give you guys a little bit of an idea, in Dominican Republic, since it is an island and everything, tú tienes que construir para arriba, right? So you have to build up and everything, because the more you build outwards, you're gonna end up hitting the ocean. So a lot of these places are apartments and stuff like that. So basically, una vez estamos ahí, and I remember that there is una camioneta y yo creo que se chocó una vaina así como like a pole, like a light pole or whatever, and the lights went out like that. It was the funniest thing, and this is something I'll never forget. And then I don't remember exactly what it was that my cousin said. He's like, "Coño!" It was so funny. Which in the Dominican Republic, coño means like dang. Like he's like, dang it. It's so funny. I don't know if that has to do with that. I don't know if that happens in Puerto Rico, but it just reminded me because you can see them climbing up on like the trees and stuff, but that all has like electrical stuff to it, which controls the light and stuff. I think you get what I'm trying to get at with that, but the lights go out sometimes in like the Caribbean islands and whatnot, but I don't know if that was a reference to that, but if it is, that's really funny. And then I love how, how the lights go out, porque a veces se tumba y se va la vaina, tú sabes. Entonces, it's so funny.
Por la mañana,
Café por la tarde, te tomas la cabeza de tu balcón.
God bless America.
One of my favorite lines on that song. So that song is called Café Coron. Funny fact, my Chilean friend was actually the one that showed me that song. My favorite line in that song is, Yo no quiero dormir, lo que quiero yo es amanecerme y beber un galón. I don't know why he sung it, but it's just, I love that part of the song. He's basically saying, there's nothing else I want to do besides lay back, sleep, and then just basically just drink me a gallon, which is funny.
Sea Chile, Argentina, Uruguay. God bless America. Sea Chile, Argentina.
This part was amazing. I got the chills when he just mentioned all the Hispanic, like Latin American countries and stuff like that. That part was amazing, and I loved it.
Uruguay, Paraguay, Bolivia, Perú, Ecuador, Brasil, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Panamá, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, México, Cuba, República Dominicana, Jamaica, Haití, las Antillas, United States, Canadá, a my motherland, mi patria, Puerto Rico. Seguimos aquí.
Oh, I like that. Together we are America. I totally agree about that. I love this so much. Guys, if the ending of this halftime show does not make you go nuts, does not make you go hype, then I don't know. I don't know what does, because I watched this part and I was like, yo, I was like jumping out just like that. It was, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so good. Cinematography did an amazing job too.
Muchas gracias.
The National Football League thanks you.
But yes, you guys, that is going to conclude at the ending of this video. I just really wanted to react to this because this Super Bowl commercial is very near and dear to me, and I loved the culture behind it. It's so, like, I know obviously this is like a Puerto Rican type of, you know, this was him like representing Puerto Rico and everything, but this is also really big in the Dominican Republic with a lot of this stuff, and I just think it's awesome how he was able to mention all the countries and everything. And just with all the controversy going on, for him to be able to just perform in the Super Bowl, and it was just amazing, especially because there was no auto-tune. All the instruments were super unique. He like actually brought the instruments there. You saw the dancing, you saw Lady Gaga, you saw Ricky Martin, you saw Karol G, Cardi B, and Jessica Alba. It's just, oh my gosh, it was such a beautiful halftime show. But yes, you guys, that's going to be the end of this video. This video is already getting super long, but if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And next week is going to be going back to a vlog. There's a lot of things to talk about. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. And, mi gente, estoy muy emocionado. Y seguimos para adelante siempre. Los quiero mucho.
Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of myself.